the internet, and welcome to my first video on Cities Skylines, as it's right at the top there. And really, I can just get through this loading screen. It is running off a mechanical drive here, not an SSD, but it should still be fine. It's not got like as much to load as say BeamNG Drive, and here's our city so far. It is called New Fork. And basically it's a bunch of different bits of this and that together. So here we have one part where we actually have dumped sewage, although these are fancier things. They don't just dump the sewage, they're supposed to purify the water or whatever first. And we have, I think, a school right here, an odd place for a school, but you know. Nonetheless, I don't own that piece of land past this white line, so I can't build anything over there, which is upsetting. If I go to here, you'll see I do own all these bits, but I can't buy anything else at the moment. I think I will be able to at the moment. I'm not sure of that, but I think I will maybe be able to. You start with just one square, which is something like this, and then you, from there, you grow your town in there, and you go and add all this stuff. I have a wind turbine there in what's left of these ancient ruins. And we have this stuff. It all tells you what's going on in your town. For example, tap water apparently stinks. But I don't know what I can do about that right now. I think that might be the noise. I don't know. Seems fairly peaceful here though. Does it say if they're sick or something? Citizens are sick, so I think I might need another hospital. But where can I add a hospital? I've actually had an idea. You'll see here, I've added some special streets with trees on, because that can supposedly reduce noise and make people happier. This should be a good enough place for a hospital. I can also kind of build it onto the road there, and that can provide us a pretty decent size extension to our town. You don't want to build right near to the roads, because that won't do too well in terms of noise. And yeah, I've messed up the junction a bit there. I probably shouldn't have done it that way, but I have. And look at all this space for residential zones. As I say, not too close to the town. You can actually hear if you go near to a road, and I quieten up for a moment, you'll hear there is some noise coming from it. And here I've redone all this junction. There shouldn't have been queuing. There, for one point, wasn't queuing, but now there is. Does anyone want to go over that way? No one seems to want to use this tunnel though, which just goes onto that road. They all want to go round that way, which it makes things a lot more awkward, because I specifically put that tunnel there to make it easier. Yet sometimes they just don't go the way you expect them to. I think they choose the shortest route. So if I removed that road, then they would, but I don't want to do that. Thankfully, cloggages aren't too terrible. Hope they'll sort themselves out eventually. I think one sure-footed way to do it, is that even a term? I don't know. Would actually be to kind of merge these two roads. You'll see I have the tree streets here. I've kind of merged them together, and then I put a big set of streets that can actually attach to that. It should make everything a little smoother in terms of just getting people round. I'm not certain of it, but so I hope that's the case. 2 ambulances lined up. Hospitals, there are various kinds. Thankfully we have a lot of money, so we can put a big one down. Yay! And there we go. That's made loads of people happy because they now have a hospital. I think there was a little hospital here. I don't know. No, there wasn't. So we can add a little clinic, perhaps. No. Have I added? Yeah, people will not want to live near the sewage treatment plant. Sure. What a lovely place to live. And a cemetery as well. To be honest, I don't think cemeteries are that bad places to live near. But sewage treatment plant, yeah, sure. It doesn't make that much noise, mine, so maybe it wouldn't be such a horrible place. It's a bit of an eyesore, seeing all that, but, you know, what can you do? That is where you pull water in. Thankfully, it's not got any power, so it's not attached to anything, nor is it Yeah, I think I moved it intentionally to there because I had it too close to the sewage works and it was making people ill. So, citizens rejoice, hospital is opening. Indeed, that is kind of a social network. I think that's supposed to be the idea. I think it's called You Found Me, but I'm not sure if it was just saying You Found Me and I completely misunderstood. Seems like a reasonable enough name for a social network. Not hospital. You Found Me for a hospital would be a very, very strange name. And there we go. Some residential zone here. I think we can have some high or maybe low density commercial zones, which I think is smaller boutiques and things. We don't want to turn this into a huge shopping district, but we can afford to have a few shops. Actually, no, cancel that one there because we want a park, since parks generally make people happy. Yeah, there we go. And we can have a bouncy castle park for the kids. And I think one of them's a dog park with a small playground. Yeah, add all these things and we can still fit some shops. That's the best part of it all. Where's dog park? There we go, dog park. That would let people walk their dogs and everything you do in a dog park. So if we turn the fancy modes off, we'll see we have got some businesses opening. And then we have the hospital, which was the all-important purpose of building onto it in this way. I didn't think it would go this way, but you know, if people want the extra services, oh, come on, they can't be that sick. The roads aren't clogged up and there's a hospital right there. Very strange. Actually, to further reduce cloggage should it ever occur, I think I can just cut right across there because that should act hopefully as a useful intersection. It also gives me another place to mount a few residential homes. There's a huge rock in the way there. Actually, if I bulldoze that and then bulldoze a tree which randomly grew, like immediately, I can have a bigger house in that area. And yeah, these things generally do get in the way, I think, but sometimes you can bulldoze them down. And oh dear, what am I doing? I've forgotten completely to add water to the area. We don't want that because then they'll move out and abandon the houses. And that is not generally a good thing. But there you'll see, water networks, they carry sewage and fresh water and they just generally connect up. So the sewage will get chucked out on this end. And I think if we look here, yeah, I'm easily meeting the needs. That landfill, I had a landfill there, is actually empty. So where's this? Ah, this is in kind of the industrial area of the city. The landfill is empty completely, so I can now remove that. There are more efficient ways of getting rid of garbage. So bulldoze you completely. Yep, destroy that. And look at all this. The factories and stuff are not good for the land, which is why you want to keep them separate from the residential zones. I've tried to do that as best as I can. And they are not happy about the power grid for some reason or another. It all seems to be connected to me. You can sometimes, well you can click here and it will sometimes take you to the houses. And you can see if that's a particular culprit. That makes a lot of noise, but you know, that demolishes all the houses as well. Ah, we have a solar farm as well. I haven't put any of these down yet, so if I can find just a blank space I'm not using. I think that's one of the trash compactor building things that turns your trash into energy and all that. Quite nice. Should I have a solar farm right near the residential houses? Ah, I've not got enough money. That's why it won't let me put it down. You need 80,000 and I have 16,000. I'm a bit poor right now. So, what else can we do? There is tax controls. I could stick the tax up, but I don't want people to leave, so I won't be doing that right now. I'm making enough money, just give it time and it will go up. We could even speed up time, but I don't feel the need right now to do that. Yeah, that's why we're going to expand the street, hence why it just kind of stops there. I think we were looking somewhere over here, maybe? Yes, indeed. How are citizens still sick? They have, like, good hospital services now. I don't know. And there's just a blank spot in the water zone. Okay, I think I fixed that now. There we go. Yep, you have water. So, all in all, things have gone reasonably well. Kind of have people now joining onto the motorway if they want to. Less cloggage here. There is still a bit, but turn that off for a moment. There is still a bit. We can actually have water towers. They store water. I have this one as well, which is a mod. I think it's kind of a retro water tower. It's probably the best way I can put it. So if I stick that there, and then I'll just stick a pipe going to it, that, I think, provides backup water supply for whenever other bits can't keep up with it. Put another one down. Very easy to work with. And that can connect to there. But why does it say... Why is that all red? Is it because it's industrial zone? Is it industrial zone? Yes, it is. Probably because it's ruined the land around it then. Now, where should I build things? I did have the landfill somewhere. Where exactly, I'm not sure. Probably here. And I've just filled it with a water tower, stupidly. Well, no, actually, no, you can't build anything there. I think that hill was a result of an early on mess up when I was trying to put bigger roads down. And yeah, I basically ended up with more slope than I need. I think San Francisco has something like that. Only mine is far less attractive. Mine's near an industrial zone. Now, we could turn that into some heavy retail. Sure, you want to shop in that zone. Doesn't seem like a particularly bad place, I guess. If anyone wants to build the shop there, that is. In this terrible, terrible land. They look almost like houses from this view. They are warehouses, but they look like houses. Ooh, laminate floors. A lot of competition in the laminate floor industry around this area, that's for sure. Probably all that could fit, to be honest. We have this overpass going over here. There's just so much to explain about this game because it's so in-depth. There's our botanical gardens, which is supposed to be much like a park. And we don't seem to be having the bank balance going up. As I say, I don't like charging more tax, especially since it doesn't feel necessary. I might have borrowed money from a bank, so let's have a look at that. You can take loans out. Can take loans out. Where am I going? Ah, so we don't have a loan. We can take that then. And that should help us pay for a solar power plant. But for now, these houses don't have water. How this stuff keeps slipping my mind, I don't know. But they just don't have any water going to them. There we go. I should have thought of doing that before. That way I don't need to connect it as deeply or something. Or it actually puts it to use, I guess you could say. Now they have water. You know, they're all still blank spots. Nothing I can do, honestly. I find the river, though, to be a very useful resource. And you just build roads right across it as well. Ooh, what could be wrong with our tap water supply? As far as I recall... Now, which way does the river flow? Does it say? Does it say if I go in the right mode, which way the river goes? I'm sure somewhere it said. Ooh, fire station. I think I know what we need a fire station for. Or, wait, weren't we going to put something else down? Oh, yes, we're going to put a solar power station down. Is our money actually going down? 74,713. And, oh yes it is. I have to charge more tax, and if our money is actually going down, moving it up to, actually I think we can charge officers more, so lower that. The office zones can be charged 14%. Not a decision I wanted to make, but, you know, things have to be done. And that's an abandoned building, so we just need to bulldoze them, like so. More ones will come in their place. The terrain is pretty horrible, I won't deny that. In these areas of industry, The land is pretty torn up and nasty. I think we can just plough right through there, can we? I know there's a road there, so no need to, I guess you could say. And we can build some... We've got some retail there. I don't want to build property there, though. So it looks like we're just going to go with some high-density commercial zones. And now, I've neglected to know, or notice, or anything, that these people are all sick. I think they need a hospital. Also, probably get rid of some of those factories will help. But we do need more factories. More demand for industry or officers. Actually, having said that, officers... I'm going to put officers down because officers don't seem to pollute, so... We can easily just add some of them. And they won't hurt the terrain or the people that live near them. We do have a lot of housing demand, actually. A lot of people want to live here. If only I could build a basically town of overpasses over the town. It would be ridiculous, but kind of funny to me. And we need to knock down some houses, actually, to make houses, if that makes sense. Oh dear. I think my money is really going down, though. Could be because I'm adding bits. Just watch this, 59,469 on the next day. Still, we're losing money. This is not good at all. Honestly, my town was profitable the last time I checked. Try taxing these areas a little more. Try taxing the factories a little more. Because it is quite desirable for factories. You can tell by the number that want to come here that we are actually kind of attractive. A lot of sick people here, although we've got a hospital, so why could it be? I guess it's the noise. Could be doing it. Now, I were intending to actually redo a whole lot of this stuff, so... I'll have to make sure I'm financially stable first, though. So 6724. See if that can go up. Yeah, we're financially stable again now. How many people might complain about the tax? Actually, no one. No one that I can see is complaining about the tax. It all seems to be fairly smooth and sweet there. And this should be a lovely quiet area. I don't know why people will be ill here, other than the lack of a hospital, which I should probably add right now, if I can actually get round to one. I'll add a medical clinic. I'm not going full out and adding all of the fancy features. But for now, a little hospital like that should be enough for this area to keep them happy. And we need to deal with the dead. So we'll put one of those there. Again, helps them greatly. I think we just need to, I don't know, kind of, we need to keep our property values high, that's for sure. But we've got a break in there. Call the police. We need some police. Call the industrial police. There we go. Now, about that solar power station, the bank loans also get repaid automatically, so as long as you're not doing anything stupid. Yes, sure, I've not put the solar power plant down. I will do that before the end of the video. Because remember, I am back to financial stability now, so I'm not losing money at least. I am in the positive zone. We could perhaps build a cut-off from here. I did want to rebuild basically everything that doesn't have trees though, and this seems like a good place to start because it's not a horrible road as such, it just doesn't have the trees that I so desire to have in all my future buildings. It really wastes the houses, but hopefully, if things go the way I'm, well, hoping they will, I can build new streets there. Oh, come on, yes. I just feared for a moment I was going to lose my hospital because I wasted the wrong road. So if I build this road up to here, like so. That wasn't quite the curve I was looking for, but you know, it's something. You can go... No, you can't. What's that for? Oh, it's a subway station. Which seems ridiculous because I never remember putting one down. I guess I must have. I must have put that subway station down but never done anything with it because it clearly is there. It clearly is functional. I just can't seem to do anything about it. But anyway, now I think about it, yes, we do need a public transport network. That was the other thing I wanted to do today. I wanted to sort out my public transport network, and I wanted to basically do... Oh no, everyone's complaining! No one likes the tax. I think the industrial buildings more. And when people don't like a tax, they abandon their buildings. Right, officers, I'm hoping I can charge you more money because, quite frankly, the factories aren't giving me it when I need it. And I need financial stability from somewhere. And is the office districts complaining now? It looks like that's the case. So, yeah. I hit a brick wall of tax at 14%. You just won't pay more than that. High density residential zones. Try charging that more. Because they fit a lot of people in, so, you know, they should pay. We're all going to be complaining, but I need used money. I need all used money. Building is on fire. The elementary school is on fire. What a surprise, mischievous children. Thankfully, with my more efficient road network, we can see fire engines can actually get to the scene of the fire. Even if it's not directly near. We've got two firemobiles here. Fire engines, and we've got an ambulance. Yeah, you know, fires happen. You just have to try and make sure you're best equipped for them. Which reminds me, actually, we can fit a small fire station here. Somewhere, maybe. There we go, no one's using that space, so we'll fit a fire station there. It'll connect to all this area, hopefully. And... indeed... that line can go right there, and that will attack our tree kind of neighbourhoods. Should I try and build anything there? I don't think so. Don't think there's really enough space. If I build through the middle of there as well, that will give us a lot more territory to work with. We have a subway station in a completely random location. But we can build that into a town route. Can I bring that out just a little more? Yes, I can. Indeed, without destroying too much. I do need to get the water to these neighbourhoods, but these are going to make some quite nice living zones, actually. Despite being right near a motorway. I guess it gives you good access to them. I mean, that is one positive takeaway from all of this. Add, plop, 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 plop. Plop, plop. And they are all in place now. Hopefully then, seeing the demand, we should see a few more houses built, which means more houses for me. There's nothing I can think to do about via water, actually. Because I just don't know at all what I'm supposed to do. I've added some bits to sort the sewage out over here. Unless you need them more consistently, but I don't know what I can do. I could try adding a sewage works somewhere here. They are pricey though. 15,000, and I just don't have that kind of money right now, so what can I do? I could have this as a safe backup perhaps. Add a pair of water towers, just attach them as you do. So they should now light up, and that will give us a little more back up over there. And that means if, for whatever reason, they're not working. Oh no. Oh no! The money is gone! The money is pretty much gone now. We have to... Right, we'll have to charge more tax to the office zone, less to high density residential, less to industrial, maybe more to high density commercial. Just see what works. All these should go now, or almost all of them. Some of them do still complain about tax, but as long as the majority of people is happy, or are happy. And I'm not even in play mode, so that's not going to help. Hopefully they should be able to pay the taxes. Now, you do get a bailout early on if you are that terrible at managing your town. I'm in the minuses now. Come on. Until I made this video, everything was going so well. It's like, it's curse of a commentator if there ever was one. Have I at least got new houses? Yes, I've got new houses coming up. I probably shouldn't have taken that loan out, to be honest. It's that's like the start of when things go wrong. Be it in real life or in a game. I want to build a road here and put some more houses in, but that's just not going to work. I can't build anything right now. I need to think what's going to get me better in the eyes of people. Is that high density residential? I don't know. I think that's just standard residential and they do not like the taxes. Or is it... I think it's low density residential and low density commercial are both complaining about taxes. So try lowering them. I know, they're office zones. They're officers. Freeze physics and time and everything, and we can hopefully adjust the tax, so raise these again. Since I think they were generally, I don't know, commercial was fine. And so office zone. Office zone feels overcharged. Right, will you stop complaining now, people? I tried to give you everything, and you just didn't like it. The land has been ruined by the factories as well. You can actually reuse that land as well. It's not the end of the world if it's that way. And low density living zones, by the looks of it, are still complaining about taxes. So what can I do with the low living zones? And will that stop you complaining? There you go. You're paying next to no tax now, but you're making the town bankrupt. How do you feel? Ooh! Oh, it held the price for so long. Alright. Methinks time for some drastic measures, so... Oh, we can't stick roads on, can we? Because we're on minus mode. I was just thinking stick some high density or low density living and just get money that way. We've already got people moving in though. I think we've got enough for now. What we do need, however, is industrial officers again. I'm trying to think really just what can I do? Because I have this road and everything, and because it was, well, quite near this waste disposal thing, I didn't build any houses here, because you'll see naturally it has torn up the land in a radius around it. However, that isn't going to stop officers coming. So, you know, we can stick officers there without particularly offending the house owners too much. It'll make a bit of noise, so we don't want to get too close, but we can probably build within a few squares without poisoning everyone. And that should give us a nice extra source of income from the officers we'll be able to charge tax for. I don't know. I just have to build closer to the houses. I need a lot of officers, though, if I'm ever to make money back. I don't want to turn those into officers. They're going to be some nice seaside houses. There we go. Because that's why I built near the sea. It gives you some really nice sea-lining houses. And anything else around here? There's that wind turbine, but it'll cost money to move it, so yeah. Here we have two types of energy. Those that are kind of economical and those that aren't. And across the river, although it's not finished, we're going to stick some officers here. I hope this helps me because, yeah, I'd intended to redo the entire road and it's not really going the way I really anticipated it to go. No, I have too much running and they're complaining about tax in the green area, so I probably can't make it too much more than it is. We already have these complaining about tax. Okay, who isn't complaining about tax at all? Because that's the group we want to tax. Does it say on the district? So yeah, they're high density commercial. You know what? The industrial buildings aren't complaining about tax right now, so I could try and increase that because they don't seem to be complaining at all. Also, they are quite large, powerful companies, so they can make a lot of money and give a lot of it to me. Is it enough? I don't think so, but it seems to have slowed the demise slightly. We've got a bunch of abandoned buildings. I would say I can't attend to them right now, but there's loads of them in such a tiny space. Hopefully we'll get more development. It's just they don't like the tax at all. And see, as I said, if they don't like the tax, they abandon their buildings. Sometimes I might just have to grin and bear it because what I did before was I raised the tax, and although everyone was complaining, it did return me to financial stability. So I'll just have to put up with the complaints. Although these industrial zones are holding up very well for tax. They're able to give me a lot of tax by the looks of it without giving in. And I think I saw a positive change for once. I think I saw it go down on the... Yes, our debt is going slightly down. It's a slow going down, but, you know, I'll take what I can get because, quite frankly, going up is better than going down. Better than a decline. Some of our officers are getting built up here. That, again, should give us a small boost on tax when or if they have been built. We actually have a water network as well. Thank you, past self, for making this so much easier than it could have been. Because I could have had to spend money on that. I just thought it said Jeremy Clarkson there. Yeah, someone's on vacation. They must like it here. I would say build a park here, but again, I am in debt. The first thing I'm going to do, if I can get away with it, is lower the tax on these poor buildings where they've had to endure it. But I am trying to get myself stable first. That's what I've noticed. How are the factories? The factories... Oh dear, I say that. The factories are now complaining. There's just so much I can do. It's just not working in my favour. That's all I can say. The advantage is there will be more officers. I think officers, I don't know. It is paying the debt off, I believe. So, does it say how much is left? Payment left, 56,000. It is paying off the debt. So, worst comes to worst, that is being sorted. I'm now charging less money to the industrials. Which zone was this? I've forgotten completely. The living zones are fine. Some people don't like the tax, but this is where it gets really bad, which I think is... No, it's... Low density commercial. Low density commercial seems to be the ones that are suffering, which is actually not as bad. I thought it was the officers, and the officers have a lot of tax to give, so 12% there. Loads and loads of abandoned buildings. Thankfully, this should mean redevelopment and more buildings coming now have lowered the tax again. And we are, if I remember correctly, yeah, we're out of debt and we're going steady, so we've gone from completely throwing it in the trash to actually recovering financial stability. And that's what I said. Sometimes you have to do things you don't like raising the tax. It has slightly ruined the town, but now when it's redeveloped, it will be improved. And I don't think I put the factories there sensibly because it does destroy it. I think I put some retail there because it destroys the river if you put them too close. Levitating cats, sure. And what else do we have around the area? More abandoned buildings? Should we develop though? Oh dear! That was a mistake! I destroyed a street. Okay, I'll have to do something about this. I think I want that, yeah. And that's fit nicely. Ah, there we go. Fill that in. So, I mean, what can I say? He hasn't got water, which is somehow happening. As I said, I'll use the old water tower. Maybe I won't use the old water tower ordeal because it'll chop down my houses. There we go, he'll have water now. I think all the redevelopment has eventually come together and has eventually helped me. Ooh, now we're making huge amounts of money. I did speed up time, but we are making huge amounts of money. Solar farm isn't looking that far off, especially not as it was when we were in debt. People are still abandoning their buildings. Which buildings are they abandoning though? I can't tell because the abandoned logos appear to have disappeared. There we go. Factory industry ones. But as much as some people are complaining, you know, it has made me a lot of money. 12% tax, okay. Your complaints have been addressed. I'm now not raising money as quickly. I don't think I am, but, ooh. How much have we got? Ah, we need a lot more electricity. For now, wind turbines are pretty cheap energy. So, I'll produce a wind turbine, which will help. It's in an industrial zone, so we can forget about the environmental attributes being positive, but, you know. 360. It's slightly less dodgy than it was now. It's like using a 300 watt power supply on my PC. It wouldn't be enough. It really wouldn't. Not with all the cores and RAM and everything I've got in here. I think that might just about be enough power now. I'm going to put these down until I have enough. So, there we go. That should be enough to tide us over until the solar farm comes into reach. What else is there that I need to do? I've just realised though, that is actually a really good place to put wind farms. Because if we look at it, there's the industrial zones which are really noisy anyway. And then there's a motorway here with nothing on the other side of it. But even if I were to build something on the other side of it, the houses would be far enough away that it's not a major concern. So, yeah. You know, not too bad. I might build a road and build some more industrial zones. Actually, I will. Having said that. Because the wind turbines don't like it, but there's definitely some space to build factories. Definitely some space to build factories around here. Bulldoze you. And you see here, just easy adding. I'm not really watching the money, I probably should have been. But that's what you can see there. Now people can go through the tunnel. Maybe they'll actually use it if it's the quickest way to get to the area. They're using it to get onto the road at least, which will probably clear up them going all around here and getting on the road. At least a little. Or going round here and getting on the road, and, you know, that's always positive. Even if no one does use the tunnel, they are definitely using that, and... oh dear, I've just realised electricity production. What am I going to do? Stick more wind turbines? Actually, I am. I know it sounds like a stupid idea, but I'm going to stick more wind turbines down because it will probably work. And I think I might not have a water supply for this since it was never intentional to have bits and bobs going all the way along here. Yeah, so if I add a water tower just here, I can then build a route to it. That will give us the water tower, and then we'll be added bonuses of that, along with water supply to here. We do need some more electricity though, before too many factories get built. No, it doesn't like it for the most part. There we go. Sneak one in there. I'll sneak them in where I can. Got loads of electricity production now. And that's probably to do with the wind. We're probably on a good wind at the moment. Yeah, the added wind turbines have messed up my planning schemes just a little. We need public transport though. Right, I have done some of the roads in trees, as you'll see. People going freely onto the freeway, as I guess it should be. All these intersections just go right off there. Probably not the best idea, but still. That road is there just so you don't go and interfere too much. There's a weird smell coming. Yeah, well, there would be a weird smell. It's called politics. Ah dear. Terrible joke. Where is it? Where's this one going? Could I squeeze it anywhere? You know what? I think I could. I think it could just sneak in there. Yay! Green energy in a industrial zone, polluting everywhere. Everyone is sick. I think I might need a hospital here. Do we have the funds? No, we don't. Are we actually losing money? Maybe. 3,465. No, we're not. So, medical clinic, how much is that? That's 10,000. We should easily be able to afford one here. It just looks like these need a few updates for services, and this should be fine. As just overall houses. I will want to redo all the roads someday to have the tree ones, which are fancy. Other than the industrial ones, which are fine because they're noisy areas anyway. There we go. You can sit there. And we can have... yeah, it complains about my crossroads and intersections. The reality of it is they work okay for the most part. I mean, that one looks crowded there, but you'll see as the traffic goes round, it flushes out just fine and everyone does sort through. So that one, it's a case of... well, so I thought it was a case of it looks worse than it is. Maybe it could still do with a bit more work. And these people are still not ideally happy, as they should be. Be happy in my town, you peoples. Ah, that's expensive. That's why I can't put it down yet. I think the happiness is... I think the colour is the happiness, so... some of them are fairly happy, some of them aren't. You've got a botanical garden, guys. You should be happy. And the reality of it is, access to what hospital and everything is still better than a lot of cities would have. Yeah, they built a house almost instantly. There's a lot of demand for housing. What am I going to do here, though? Build another house? No. However, all the roads I build from this point are going to be tree roads, although I'm not particularly desperate to. Ooh. I wonder if I could build a road through there. That would be interesting. You can just tell, though, how the park has been kind of ruined by the industrial zone. But people still like a park, you know, so if it's not ruining anything else. I think if I build this from this direction. It's just the steep slope was messing with it. Come on. There's got to be a way around. There's just got to be a sneaky way around somewhere. There we go. Now, sadly, I can't attach it. Now I think of it. And we've got a very odd way. Actually, I don't want to add factories here. That'll mess up my property values and everything like that. But I can, perhaps, add some other bits that people want, like officers. So, if I go to colour coding and all, for different bits, we can have some officers. Very odd place to build officers, but you know, I have to use every space available to me. And that's pretty much how it's going. It's just the water tower got in the way, so that's why that's angled so funnily as it is. The water tower and the combination of how it's slanted and the park, there's just no other way I'm going to be able to use that space. But you'll see here, there's another space with just nothing in it. There's a cemetery in probably the worst possible location for a cemetery. Like, who wants to be put to rest here in an industrial zone? I'm sure there's a few people, but not many. Not many is what I would say. And we have an odd slope. But look at this. If I'm careful about where I'm putting these paths, I can probably put quite good use to these areas. Building is not empty. Yeah, I'm not scared. Maybe I am. Not much, though. So, put some more industrial land to ruin our land, as we do. I can just imagine a green person watching this and, like, absolutely hating me. You're ruining the environment, and for no good reason. You could put officers there. Yeah, but things have got to get made. It's either here or China, quite frankly. They're going to have to be made somewhere. Water network is good. Power network should be good. The good thing about filling in these spaces, though, is I shouldn't need to do more water network or power networking because the space is just here. The space is in the network, hopefully. I'm just using it. I'm just putting it to good use. This can cut right through here in both directions. There we go. Clear up that just a little. Very nice. Can see people flowing through there. We've got a lot of money. Maybe we can afford a solar farm soon. Mustn't get too eager with my words, but I did promise we would build one, so, you know, if it becomes a possibility, then so I will. There's not any other industrial buildings here. So it says I just can't build them for whatever weird reason. I don't know. But anyway, no, I don't want to build residential zones there. What am I thinking? I mean, really, what am I? Office zones. Yes, that's a good place to build an office zone. Someone's actually built a little retail area here. What is this? I have to see. Joke shop, is it? No, general store. Yes. I just thought because he's got a clown nose, it would be a joke shop. Yeah, just someone crying judgmental at me. Yeah, what a beautiful city. Doesn't that look beautiful to you? Doesn't that look beautiful to you? All the factories. What else have we got? We've got queues of traffic. Oh dear, that is quite a problem. What are we queuing for? They're just queuing to get in my sneaky entrance. Oh dear. Right, so I think I might have a problem with which way these streets are going. Right, so if I cut through these streets this way, it should theoretically make both roads the same distance. No, they're too wide. I think we're talking too wide roads here. No? Just go with a standard double then? So there we go. Now the road's still there, but there's no like easy way. They have to kind of spread out through all the different roads. And I think if I do this, I'm probably going to regret it, and I do apologise in advance. But if I make that road one way, it should tidy things up just a little, at least to me. And indeed, yeah, it does seem to be sorting them, actually. Sorting them into a different queue. Okay. Now, I don't know. Ooh. Would that help? No, it wouldn't. It would sift them into the same kind of area. Okay. I'm slightly lost here. Unless... Wait, where are they trying to go? Are they trying to just go up there? Because if they are... Maybe, just maybe... No, it won't let me go right through those buildings for whatever weird reason. But I think... if I cut right across here... There we go! That is a neat cut across, and that will still give us some office space. Like so. I think, no, it's not a one-way road, but that will at least give us some where to follow. And that can just go across there, like so. A load of junctions there, but it works. So if people do just want to go somewhere into town here, then they can cut right through there. Save on the struggle and strain of doing it another way. You won't do it that way, probably because of a slope, let's be honest. Is this slope bad? Or it's quite steep in the wrong areas. It's not ridiculously so, though. Was someone riding a dog? It looked like someone was riding a dog, probably walking it, but it definitely looked like they were riding it. And... is that sorting itself out? Where are people going off this junction? Yeah, it's just such a fun game to me in a weird way. See, well, a lot of people are just going across. So, what does that say to me? To me, it says a lot of these people don't actually care. A lot of these people couldn't care less about where they're going. But then, if they're just going across to the other side of the road, why on earth don't they use this one? I can only guess it's that. Right, this probably won't work as is expected to by me, but I can give it a try. See if that'll let people... oh. Yeah, see if that'll let people cut across. Because before they were kind of caught into that, or they had to go all the way back here. Maybe that'll... yeah, maybe that'll make it a bit more appealing of an option. When it's a bit more direct like that. And... indeed, I think we are seeing less of them now clogging into here. There's still quite a few of them. But there's less of them. A lot of them Still want to go across, though. That way. Why? Beats me, but they still want to. Now, I can erase this completely. Actually, who am I kidding? I can build a much bigger road myself. So why don't I? Yeah, they're all clogging into there now. We didn't mean to go that way, we're sorry. Yeah, I can build a much bigger road myself. So, if I just go page down, hopefully, yep. No, wrong way that I didn't intend to go. Try cutting all of this off, hopefully. That will work. Oh, no you don't. Okay, so they don't want to play ball. I thought it was just unbuilding the building for a moment. That would have been pretty amusing. Alright, so if I go page down, yes, there, finally. Finally we can build a road underneath the surface of it. Now, it's hard to get something more direct than this, though. Like, seriously, look at it. You just go under, and then you come out. I wonder if I could still, like, siphon off some traffic from here. No. Not really. I can do that, in case anyone randomly wants to just turn around or go down there or anywhere. Yes, I know, I've got complex crossroads. This is a real puzzle. I'll say I'm probably being stupid and like there's a really obvious route, but in case I'm not being stupid, these puzzles are difficult. No, that's not working. I've got that road, that's enough. Just look at how effective it is, though. Yay, people are actually using my tunnel as it was intended to be used for, which I think is is wider than the highway. People are clogging up just a little, but not too bad at all. And they're clogging up on the motorway, so we can't blame my town for it. Hee hee. People are still just climbing through here. Actually, that's the road I built, I think. Is it? No? That's the road I built next to it, the one where it's not a smooth curve. So, again, I think if I could create a tunnel, sadly, the tunnel idea has kind of been filled up by just having a huge one here. Have I got... Oh, look at all our money! I haven't been watching, but I've got a huge amount of money. I probably should have been watching, actually, in hindsight, but I've got a huge amount of money either way. Solar farm, where you gonna go? Ah. Should I replace them with a solar farm? I don't know. That was possibly a mistake. I need a good wide road. I think the widest you can have a house next to or a building next to are these ones. Just think of all the space I've wasted. Now, are these going to be crowded? Probably not, but hey, I'll go with good, chunky, reinforced buildings anyway. Just because. Cut across maybe in a weird way. How is this for building? Just so peaceful, unlike the rest of it where I was building a constantly crowded ordeal. I mean, this is probably coming back to bite me when I see how huge amounts of space I've wasted. But I don't know, actually. I have got huge roads, and people are not going to get stuck on these roads, that's for sure. Not with how much space there is around them. I could try cutting across to this other bridge, actually. This is going to be a smaller road, and... okay. That's not working. That is working. A very steep slope there, mate. Look at that. That is a ramp if ever I saw one. Like the hill near my house. Shamelessly plugging my neighbourhood. And around here, we have the tunnel. And what I was going to do. So, solar wind farm. No, solar farm. I don't believe they make huge amounts of noise, so, you know, I could have a nice solar farm. As long as it's reasonably aesthetically pleasing, no one should hate it. There was one position I got this in, and it was happy. Yes, in that position. Will this go anywhere? Yes, you'll go there happily. I'll build a power line, which will, for now, power those buildings. Come on, I'm just trying to find the right woo. There we go. That should fill the power out. As I said, I've removed the... just go on these solar farms quickly and show you. Yeah, basically I have solar panels, they move, they reflect light at a kind of big thing in the middle, and that makes power somehow. I don't know precisely how. I'm not a solarician, but I know vaguely. I haven't destroyed this road yet. Really? Anyway. People are going to be piling through here, so we want to give them at least a half reputable bridge. Yeah, they actually really like that tunnel, though. Probably just the very quick route across that it is, and that I'll move the other route across. Did I? Yes, I did. Just floating cars! Flying cars! The era is here. We're not quite here yet. There's still a few testing phases to go through and everything. And then when they are, they'll probably only be owned by very rich people with far more money than what myself can ever get my hands on. But still, you know, flying cars are a weird idea anyway. Right, so without causing huge cloggage or getting in the way of a tunnel, what can I do? This is where the real dilemma sits. Alright, page down. I think you can build... Can you build tunnels underneath each other? Ah, as well. I can't do that because it has to kind of go over. So, try this one. And no, we don't. We want one way trees. And am I in normal straight road mode? I think I am. I don't want to just attach it to another road, though. That's a mistake you can very easily make. Yeah, we're just going to have a Y angle. 90 degree or something. Corner. Wait, did they? I'm lost. Oh no, I've joined up the roads. That's that's like crossing the fuses. You just don't want to do it. Page down. Right, I've had a bit of an idea. It's incredibly stupid, and it'll probably blow up in my face. But I've had a bit of an idea. So if we page up, can completely destroy that because I didn't mean to do it, and I have enough money, and I've probably wasted all my money now. Oh dear. Yep. Page up. Page down. This is going to be people's first impression of my town. Also, look how low that is. Look how low that bridge is in that place. And that's like within the game's limits as well. I've not hacked it or anything to get it to do that. But there we go. That is our official ramp. You can still go up this way and get wherever you want to go. Okay, so we can test this now. There. They do fit under barely. Everyone's refusing. Everyone's just refusing to go on it now. They're being a bit snobbish about my bridge. People use it, just not the cars. Ooh, car! We've got our first car! And it's actually used something I made. Next to a dirt path. Yeah, they're finally starting to use it. Good. I also need... I need to add... No, that's not working. Not working in the slightest. I don't know. Brain lag. Oh, why are you doing this? Page up. Oh. It's failing me to click where I'm trying to get it to click and build a bridge out of it all. Are those trees going to be destroyed? I'd imagine they are. And he's just going back onto the motorway. Just going back onto the other side of the motorway. I mean, thankfully it's organised enough, all in all. I do need to demolish some paths though. This is no longer going to be an access road, it's going to be a legitimate entrance to the city, so has to kind of work. And that can go that way, like so. The bin lorries. Yeah, I mean, some people are just going out that way, but thankfully there's few enough people that it's not really a concern. They all seem to be getting along now. There's quite a few people going up here. I wonder why. Just going right past my town. Is it my unofficial looking entryways or something? I mean, look, that's what I do for a junction. But hey, it works. Who can complain? And I've just thought, actually. There we go. It might have demolished a few factories, but if all you want to do is just go straight ahead onto that road, it works. See, quite a few people now have started coming onto the junction from there because for them it works and they don't have to go all around this complicated way clogging up the motorway. It's just unnecessary for them. And I think I've probably smoothened up the entire junction as a start. We'll have to wait and see for that, but maybe I have. Maybe I haven't. Maybe it's something else. Well, let's go page up. page down. I mean, these junctions are just spaghetti. They're just all kinds of everywhere-iness. There we go. This is not where I intended to take the bridge. A blackout again? Well, you need solar power because it's always sunny in the UK. And I stupidly did not wire this up. Anyway, I will, because of this, have a full network of water. We need a water tower or two as well. That will attach a kind of middle zone. Or maybe even 3 water towers, okay. Water towers. Water towers. Yep. Sometimes they just don't want to attach. I don't get that, but I'm just able to attach them elsewhere. And we have a power grid of sorts. Which doesn't go outside of that area. Alright, this is complicated, but looks like I'm going to have to do it that way. There's no other way of really getting it done. And that isn't connected, is it? At all. It was taking it to just outside the power zone. There we go. There is power. Electrical power. Only from one of the power stations, though. Because until I dedicate this stuff, it's not really going to be used. So, we're going to build some nice residential homes by the sea. But I will go back to the tunnels. And I will see just how well the tunnel and the bridge and everything are doing. There we go. Doop-de-doop, doop-de-doop. You don't need more officers here. It's too nice a location for officers. This is a residential zoning. I'm hoping that when residentials move here, they will eventually bring the power network slightly wider spread. Oh dear, they don't look like they are. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to do the awkward. If I can even do the awkward, which it won't seem to let me do. Don't drink the tap water. Okay, where's my sewage pumped? Water goes that way, comes round here. I'm not collecting it after the sewage, am I? No, sewers are over there, and on the other... Oh, I don't know. I need more tap water, I think. Because there's no way else to get it than adding another pump station. There we go. You're added in. Power. Ah, no, it's okay. I think the power networks will be widespread enough. They're spreading out as little houses come. Soon enough, that power station will be joined to that power station, and the power will get all over the place. Yep, see, he's expanding it. They're all doing their bit. So, we can come back and see that later. Across the river. For some reason, I have a nice river area, and then across the river, it ends up, like, really common. Quadrocopters, yes. Becoming increasingly efficient. What's happening with that building? Ah, it's a power station, I think. Amazingly, one of the early power stations has survived. How? I'm not really sure, but hey, it survived. Let's just leave it there. I don't have anything better to do with that area. So this area appears to be going well. Very smooth, very efficient, with very flow of traffic. Unless, maybe I look through here. I think, just to be sure, I'll have a little access road. Have a little access road, and that will kind of bring people round. If they really want to go on the motorway that way, because it's an emergency or whatever, they should be able to. Although it's not intended as a main route. And so you'll see. Yeah, people are using it. It just makes things a bit more convenient, I feel, for people living there. Can have a residential house. And we can have... I think we have high density commercial, yes indeed, to kind of pad out the noise of the road. Of Davis Bridge. And there's our hydroelectric power station. What can we do with this bridge? I feel like we could do something with this. Because that does go over the river and people are using it. But I feel I could attach it to something else. I wonder. Actually... No, it doesn't want to attach for a start, but then... Oh, yes. That worked extremely well, actually. Better than I expected, mind. It is concerningly close to that suspension bridge. Like, there would be scraping there. Okay, I think... Where is she? I think we need more waste disposal in that area. So, we could take an abandoned building, sure, since no one's using it, and we can't do that because it's a residential zone, and I don't want to ruin it. Ah, here's an industrial zone, though. We can build a waste disposal unit there. Should be accessible enough with everything going on. And there we go. I think for now, I'm done. Unless I could somehow attach that bridge to that bridge, which is a stupid idea. Probably exactly why I'm going to try it now. Come on. So, page up. Try and rotate that to there. Oh, yes. They don't like it, but I'm not a conventional builder, as you can tell. Will anyone use this route? Probably not, but you know, I do what I can to make my roads more efficient. Even if it's a little odd. And that curve happened because I couldn't get it to turn correctly and get across the road and everything that way. I should have just used the tunnel in hindsight, but I didn't do that. Why is no one using my new route? I feel bad. It doesn't force people to go one way though, so if they suddenly change their mind and they want to go back there, then so they can. Or if they want to go over here and suddenly go across there, they can. You know, it's good to have multiple uses. It's just a shame I have to have it going like boop, 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 because there's no other way of doing it. Anyway, I think it's been a very long video now, so I'm going to leave it here, and I'll say goodbye until another day.